हरि ओम। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। After this regular invocation, I welcome you all to this Ola Samskrita Sahitya Rasaswada series. We are reading Shakuntala. We have started the fourth act just recently. So we are seeing now the karma is being done by Kanava Shishya as well. Kanava has returned from Somatirtha along with his Shishyas, and one of the Shishyas is gone out in the open space to just see what's the time. कियत् अवशिष्टं रजन्याः इति निर्गतः अवलोकयामि. And then he says, oh, it's already prabhatam. Ai prabhatam, hanta prabhatam. So it's already a day break. And then he recites a very beautiful verse. We just read the verse and stopped there last time. Yatyekataha asta shikharam patiroshadhinam आविष्कृतारुणपुरस्सर एकतोर्कः तेजोद्वयस्य युगपद् व्यसन उदयाभ्यां लोको नियम्यते इव दश आत्मदशान्तरेषु. This is a beautiful description of Oshadhinam Patihi, that is Chandra, Soma, setting. Okay, Asta Shikharam Yati. So he has gone to the Asta Shikhara. So he is setting, the moon is setting on one hand, and on the other hand, the sun is rising. How is the sun? Aruna Purassaraha, who is, whose path is paved as if carved by Aruna. So Aruna Purassaraha Ekataha Arkaha Avishkrita. So Avishkrita Aruna Purassaraha Ekataha Arkaha Yati. So this is a unique situation that on one side the moon is setting, a gola, a tejo gola is setting. On the other hand, there is a tejo gola is rising. So rise and setting, udaya and asta. These are the inevitable things in everybody's life. Udayasta, we always say, thick and thin of life. Ayushyacha chad and utar. So who reaches the height has to come back down one day. He can't remain on the peak forever, eternally, right? And therefore, Udayasta. Now, this is one thing. I will read a little bit of Raghava Bhatta's commentary, very wonderful commentary he has written, so I don't want to add anything to anything of mine to that. But before that, I'm just pointing out how Kalidasa has very cleverly made different references to different Rutus throughout the first to this fourth act now. That is indicative of his deep knowledge of time. And then when we come across that, oh, Shakuntala is, Apanna Sattva or Asanna Sattva, and the Gurvini Lakshana are very, very clear on her body. Now, for this to happen, at least a Garbhini, an Antarvartni, should have 5 or 6 months of pregnancy. Then only it will be visible to all. Okay. Now, when we saw the Vishkambhaka before the fourth act, we saw that the Vishkambhaka takes place on the day the king has left. Adyeva Sarajarshi, right? The day the king left, he has gifted an Anguliyaka, the ring to Shakuntala, and he has left. Now, what is that time when he has left? He was called for, for protection of the yajnas and all that. And now normally in the Chaturmasa, the yajnas, etc. are little less. Okay. And we already saw in the Vishkambhaka that Priyambada and Anasuya, they are having a conversation and they are doing some Darsha Ishti. And Ishti on Darsha. Darsha is Amavasya. Darsha is another name for Amavasya. So Darsha Purnamasa Yaga, right from the Vedic Shrauta Yaga, we have Darsha Purnamasa Yaga, right? So Darsheshti, and that is performed in Jeshta. When we started Shakuntala, it was the description of Grishma. Gahantam Mahisha Nipana Salile and all that description, right? So Grishma, we started the first act. Now by the third act, it is Jeshtha. Grishma would be Chaitra Vaishakha, then Jeshtha Ashada, then Shravana Bhadrapada have gone. When the main scene starts of the fourth act, and when this Homavela and Tapasa Kumara comes out, the disciple of Kanva, it's already autumn. It's already Sharad. Because Ekataha Udayam Yati and Ekataha Astam Yati, this will be visible only when the skies are clear. And that can happen only in the Sharad. So by that time, Shakuntala has conceived a 5-month fetus, 5-month baby, and therefore Apanna Sattva. So all this falls in line. So logical this is. Sometimes, in a haste, if the poet is not very, very alert and he is not very, conscious of what statements he is making, he may make some blunders. Kalidasa doesn't do that. So this is again another, feather in Kalidasa's cap. So Yatyekataha Astashikaram. Of course, this speaks of एकाची भरभराट आणि दुसऱ्याचा विनाश. एकतः उदयम याति and ekatah astam yati. So that also it speaks. And Raghava Bhatta, you see, the commentators do such a wonderful job. Without commentary, without bhashya, without tika, you should not read any text. Because the author, he won't expressly and explicitly exhibit or manifest whatever he wants to say. It is the commentator who bring out all the nuances, all the details, etc. So I'll just read from this Raghava Bhatta's commentary. Okay, this is page 123. Yeah. Yati iti Oshadhinam Patihi Chandraha. Now what is Oshadhi? Oshadhyaha Phalapakantaha, it is said. There are differences, in botany. Just 2 days back, I spoke on science and Sanskrit in Coimbatore, CIRS Vijnana Sangoshti. So in botany, we have taxonomical things, right? Botany is known for that. Taxonomy, the categorization, etc. So what is Vanaspati? What is Vriksha? What is Virudh? What is Oshadhi? So Oshadhi is Phalapakantaha. Annually, they ripen and after that they are dead. Take for example any grains, rice, wheat, jawar, etc., millets, etc. So you get the corn, the ear of the corn, and then they are cut. Even banana, right? So these are Oshadhyaha. Oshaha is Pakaha, something which gets ripened, the rasa gets ripened. Oshaha nama Pakaha dhiyate atra iti Oshadhi. What is Oshadhi? The paka, the essence of that gets, the plants grow on, the seeds, the sprouts, and they grow on, and all the essence, the rasa, gets stored in that ear of corn, kanis. Jwaricha kanis, gavacha lombya, bhatacha lombya. So it all gets stored in that, essence gets stored in that. Oshaha nama pakaha dhiyate atra iti oshadhihi. तादृश्यानाम औषधीनाम पतिहि कहा चंद्रः पुष्णामि चौषधि सर्वान् सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः. Bhagavad Gita says, I become soma and I nourish all the oshadhis. Pushnami choshadhi sarvan. So oshadhinam patihi chandraha. Ati dussah. Now oshadhi, Raghava Bhatta adds his commentary. Ati dussah Maranadi Vipatti Sahasra Vinashikaha Oshadhayaha Tasam Patihi Api. What are these Oshadhis? Oshadhis are, they are so powerful, medicinal herbs, they are so powerful. Ati Dussah, what becomes extremely unbearable? Ati Dussah, for example, Marana Ityadi. Nobody can tolerate even the idea of that. So, Maranadi Vipatti Sahasra. So such hundreds and thousands of ailments and calamities, vinashikaha. So Oshadhis have the strength, have the power to annihilate, to eradicate, to remove all such vipattis like marana, which is ati dussaha, and tasam patihi. So Chandra is patihi, the Lord, the God of such vanaspatis, which prove remedial even for marana, and he also goes to your asta. Right? Then what to talk about others? Kaimuti kanyaya. Kimuta itaresham. Okay? So, ओषधयः तासां पतिः अपि अस्तशिखरं याति इति इमम् अर्थम् अभिद्योतयितुम् एतत् पदव्यपदेशः. So why ओषधीनां पतिः? This word is used by Kalidasa. Raghava Bhatta justifies, endorses that with his great commentary. Shikhara padena. Shikhara is shikha asya asti iti shikharam. That which has some peak, some shrunga, some like shikha is a tuft, shendi, shikha. Okay? Shikha asya asti iti shikharaha, shikharam. Shikhara padena atyuchaihi patanaya iti suchitam. So he comes down after reaching the height. So one who reaches the height has to come down one day or the other. This is the message. You can't stay eternally on the peak. You can't entertain, you can't enjoy the position which you are enjoying now forever. There is an end to everything, right? So, shikharataha yati astam iti suchitam. Now, Aruna Puraskritaha, Avishkrita Aruna Purassaraha Ekataha Arkaha. Yati is a common verb, okay? Now, Aruna Purassaraha, Arunaha Anuruhu. He is a Vainateya. He is Vinata's son. And Vinata is a bird species. She is the wife of Rishi Kashyapa. In fact, Kashyapa is the progenitor of all the species in the world. Be it human, be it gods, be it Tiryagyoni, be it birds and animals and reptiles, or be it the demons. So Kashyapa had many wives, okay? So from Diti there were Daityas, from Danu there were Danavas, from Aditi there were Adityas, Suryadi, Vishnuvadi, Indradi. From Vinata there were two great sons. Vinata is a bird species. From Kadru, Kadraveyaha, Sarpaha, the reptiles. It is not only Sarpa, all the reptiles, Godha, and then Sarisrupaha, etc. So Vinata was a bird, therefore she laid egg, right? Now the egg was not breaking and she was so eager to see the child and therefore she broke the egg, and therefore it is said Aruna, who came out of that egg, didn't have he was not fully developed, and therefore he did not have legs at all. He didn't have the portion below the madhya, below the vest, and therefore he is called Anuruhu. Uru yasya. So Uru yasya nastaha saha Anuruhu. You know who has used, Bharavi has used this word for Surya somewhere, I think, Bharavi or Magha, I'm little confused. So, Anuru Sarathehe, Surya, for Surya he uses the word Anuru Sarathi, one whose Sarathi is Anuru. Now, you know, those who do not know the stories behind this, they would try to find out in vain the lexicons, the dictionaries. No dictionary in the world, Sanskrit dictionary in the world, will give you the word Anuru Sarathi. It will give you the word Sarathi, it will give you the word Anuru or Uru, basically Uru, not Anuru, right? An is a negative and Anuru is one word. You add another word. This is how Sanskrit becomes rich. Two words coming together, Prakriti Pratyayas coming together, Upasarga Dhatu coming together. This is how, and therefore no dictionary in the world can have or collect all the existing words in Sanskrit language. And therefore it is said for Magha, I think it is Magha only. So it is said for Magha that Navasarga gate Maghe Navashabdo na vidyate. You read 9 sargas of Magha's Shishupala, there is not a single new word which we haven't come across anywhere, in the Sanskrit literature. So he has exhausted all the rich vocabulary of Sanskrit in the first 9 sargas of Shishupala. And therefore, Kavishu Maghaha Kavi Kalidasaha. That is the saying. Kavishu Maghaha Kavi Kalidasaha. So, and I think he only has suggested, he is called Ghanta Magha. I referred to it last time. I forgot to collect the verse. Maybe I'll put it in the group for you all. He describes, for every Mahakavi, there is a special designation. For example, Kalidasa is known as Deepashikha Kalidasa, based on the Ajasvayamvara. Okay, Indumati is going around and all that. I won't explain it now. Bharavi is known as Chhatra Bharavi. There is a very beautiful simile, and for that he has got a name, Chhatra Bharavi. And Magha has got a biruda, designation called Ghanta Magha, and he is describing exactly the same position. Yatyekataha astashikaram oshadhinam patihi and ekataha arkaha udeti. So these 2 tejo golas, and they are, this natural phenomenon is occurring on the Raivataka mountain. The mountain is as blue, as dark as a gigantic elephant, and therefore this Raivataka mountain shines and looks so beautiful, like a huge elephant having 2 ghantas suspending from both the earlobes. Ghanta Magha. So the Parikshakas, the critics loved this simile so much, they named him Ghanta Magha. So this is exactly the same, 2 tejo golas on both the sides of the mountain. So that is Ghanta Magha. Anyhow, I'll put that verse in the group sometime. You can remind me. So, Arunaha Anuruhu Purassaraha Yasya Saha Tadrishaha Arkaha Ekataha Nama Purvataha Avishkritaha Prakati Bhutaha. So he has come on the horizon. Pathantare Avishkrutoruna Purassaro Yena Aruna Purassaraha Yena Avishkritaha Tadrishaha Arkaha. So now Tejo Dvayasya Chandra Surya Rupasya Yugapat. Yugapat is Ekakalina. Pata is from Patapatati, fall or occur, happen. Yuga, 2 things happening. That means simultaneously. And therefore Yugapat. It's an avyaya. So Yugapat Tejo Dvayasya Chandra Surya Rupasya Yugapad Ekada Eka Samaya Ubhaya Darshanena Eva Niyamaha Kartum Shakyate na tu Kramika Darshanena iti. It is not that one is seen first and the other is seen later. There is no krama. There is no sequential order that first Oshadhinam Patihi sets and then this Arka rises. It happens, it occurs Yugapat. Both things happening simultaneously. Na Kramika Darshanena. See, he justifies and he explains every word. Why Yugapat is this used? Because both things are visible at a time. It's not one goes down and the other comes up. Both things occur simultaneously. Swavyasana udayabhyam asta samayodayabhyam vipat sampadbhyam cha hetubhyam. So what is asta and udaya? Asta is the vipat and udaya is the sampat. And therefore it is said, that the Surya, while setting and while rising, both times it looks reddish in color, right? And therefore normally the great noble people, they behave in the same manner, whether it is sampatsuva vipatsucha. Sampatsucha vipatsucha mahatam eka rupata. Okay. Lokaha janaha atmadashantareshu swadasha vishesheshu. Dasha avastha. Dasha is avastha. Dashantara, anya dasha, dashantara. Anyaha dashaha, many avasthat, and therefore dashantareshu, the plural. Antara shabdaha visheshavachi niyamyate iva iti utpreksha. As if the loka, the world, gets governed, administered, ordained by dasha, in different avasthas by these two. Swaswa vipatti dashayam kenapi dukkha harishau na karyau iti bhavaha. What is the lesson? What is the message through this? In our own swaswa dashantareshu, swaswa vipatti dashayam api, even in our not in the urjita avastha but vipanna avastha also, kenapi dukkha harishau na karyau. One should not give vent to his dukkha or harsha. When he is, progressing, he will be all happy. And when he faces, he fails in the exam, like this. So, dukkha and harsha, shoka mohau, dukkha harshau, vihaya, that should be the sthita prajna lakshana in the Bhagavad Gita also, right? So, dukkha harshau na karyau iti bhavaha. Atra purvardhe yaha kaschid अति समृद्ध भृत्यः अपि नाशं याति अन्यः यं कंचन असमर्थं सर्वदा स्वाश्रितम् उदयन्नेव स्वयं उदयं गच्छति इति सत्पुरुष द्वय व्यवहार समारोपात् समासोक्तिः. So here there is a samasokti alankara. Normally samasokti is like sakuta abhipraya, when there are very distinguishing and meaningful adjectives are used in upama, it becomes samasokti. उत्तरार्धे च नियम्यते इति तत्सर्वाचरणे प्रयोगात् तेन अभवद् वस्तु संबंध सामर्थ्यात् बिंब प्रतिबिंब कल्पना रूपा निदर्शना व्यंग्या. So Raghava Bhatta points out how different alankaras occur here. This is not just a upama. In the Purvardha, it is Samasokti, and in the Uttarardha, it is Nidarshana. Nidarshana is just pointing out something, indicating something. Nidarshana, Vyangya, and this is not Vachya, this is Vyangya. Utprekshayaha Vachyatvat, and Niyamyate Iva, that Utpreksha is Vachya, and normally, whether it is Rasa or Dhvani or Alankara, if it is Vachya, it loses its charm. If it is Vyangya, it is more charming. And Kalidasa is a poet who believes in suggestions more, Vyangya more, and therefore it is Vyangya. And what is the Vyanjana? What is the Dhvani? So these are the examples of Alankara Dhvani. Dhvani could be Vastu Dhvani, Alankara Dhvani, or Rasa Dhvani. Here is the instance of Alankara Dhvani, and Nidarshana and Samasokti are suggested through that Utpreksha. Utpreksha, Upama, Rupaka, all these are based on similarity. Many of the Alankaras, you go through Alankara Shastra, be it Kavya Prakasha, 10th Ullas or Kuvalayananda, most of the Alankaras are based on Aupamya. Aupamyadhisthita, with slight changes here and there, the names change. If the Samya is real, it is Upama. If it is imagined, it is Utpreksha. If there is no difference whatsoever, Upamana Upameyoho, Abhede Sati Rupakam. So like that, there are so many variations. Anyhow, so Yatyekataha Astashikharam Patiroshadhinam. I think this is very clear to all of us now. So through all our transitions, Tejodvayasya Yugapad Vyasanodayabhyam, these two Tejogola, the balls of radiance, the luminaries, one is rising up and the other is setting, Yugapad, and it happens simultaneously, as if it is conjectured, as if it is guessed, inferred, that the entire universe gets governed in all different transitions by these two. As it is said, even if you are doing something when everybody is asleep and you feel, nobody is seeing me, I'm doing this bad thing, It is Chandra and Surya watching you all the time. Chandra and Surya. If Surya is not there, it's during night, Chandra watches. If Chandra is not there, Surya watches, and through thousands of their rays, be it Chandanshu or Himanshu, with thousands of rays, they keep on watching. So they are the watchdogs. No dogs. They are the watch deities for the entire universe. So Tejo Dvayasya Yugapad Vyasanodayabhyam Loka Niyamyate Iva Atmadashantareshu. Apicha. Now he is a tapasa boy, okay? He is the Kanava's shishya, but he has observed some change in when the Prabhata is coming. The moment it is Prabhata, the night lilies, the white lilies will shut down, okay? Because they bloom only when there is Chandrodaya. And the Raktotpala, so Shvetotpala will shut the petals and the Raktotpala will start blossoming. This is a natural phenomenon. For that, he is using another verse here, and he says, Antarhite Shashini Saiva Kumudvati me Drishtimna Nandayati Samsmaraniya Shobha Ishta Pravasa Janitani Abalajanasya Dukkhani Nunamati Matra Sudussahani. Very beautiful verse. And a tapasa, an ascetic boy, observing this is very, very special. And this is highly, highly suggestive. Highly suggestive. Okay. This is not just a description of natural phenomenon which he is seeing. Kalidasa wants to suggest so many things through that. Okay. So this is basically the description of a Kumudvati. Kumuda. This word Kumudini is a pond filled with white lotuses. Kumuda and Kairava, these are the two words used for white lotuses, white lilies. Shvetotpalam, the dictionary would say Shvetotpalam. These two, both these verses are in Vasanta Tilaka, very nice vritta. And what is the nirukti of Kumuda? It is very interesting. 3 niruktis are there for such a small word. Ku, mu, muda. Ku and muda. 3 niruktis are there. By the way, we will be having Nirukta class and I will be showing you a video. If you have not registered, do register. Kau modate iti kumudam. Kau. Ku is Prithvi. Kau is a Saptami. Right? Kau. Prithivyam. Modate iti kumudam. That which gives ananda and that which itself enjoys. That is modate. It is kumuda. Okay? Shvetotpalam. Another thing, and this is very interesting, Kutsite Nairutya Kone Modate iti Kumudam. Ku is not Prithvi, Ku is Kutsita. And what is that? Kutsita Disha, in the Ashtadisha, Nairutya Kona, because it is governed by Niruti, and Niruti is the goddess and the deity of death and decay, right? And therefore, Nairutya Kone Modate iti kumudam. Why Nairutya Kone? You know, we have the Ashtadiksha and there are Ashtadikpalas and Ashtadikgajas. The Dikpala of Niruti is Nairutya Kone is Niruti. Okay? And who is the Diggaja? His name is Kumuda. Right? So there are Ashtadikgaja, you can see. I am not doing that. You do your homework. So there are Ashtadikgajas. There are names of 8 Diggajas. And the Nairutya Kona Diggaja is named as Kumuda. And this lily, it blossoms in that Nairutya Kona to please that that Gaja. And therefore it is Kutsite. Nairutya Kone Modate iti Kumudam. Okay. Then it is not modate, it is antarnihita nijantarthaha. So the nijanta, that is the prayojaka, the causal sense is embedded into it, and therefore it is not modate but modayati. Okay, modayati, it becomes nijanta. Kum prithivim bhumim va modayati iti kumudam. 3 vitpattis, 3 niruktis. Isn't it interesting? So for Kumuda, why are you laughing? I am advocating my webinar, right? Diva sankuchitaha tathavalambya Kumuda vratam Kumuda karatam bheje in This is from what? Rajatarangini. So Kumuda Vrata, there is a mention of Kumuda Vrata. I am reminded of, Kumuda is white, right? So I am reminded way back, some I think 15-20 years back, my husband will remember. My friends were telling me of Pandre Budhwar. Kumuda is white, right? And there was some Wednesday to be observed as white Wednesday. But in that white, salt was prohibited. Salt was tabooed. Okay. So without salt, what I had for the day long was, just curd, just milk and all that. And in the evening, I was like getting giddy and all that. And my sons, both sons and my husband, even now they tease me, Pandre Budhwar. Because evening they had to cook dal and rice, and that patla sar of that dal, they made me drink with salt. You drink it now, otherwise you will fall unconscious. So that was meant for the welfare of the children. My friends were doing it, so I also did it. Some 35 years back, not even 15-20, 35 years ago. So maybe Kumuda Vrata, I haven't searched what is Kumuda Vrata, but there is a reference like Kumuda Vratam. Okay. So I was reminded of that Pandre Budhwar, the Vrata which I did. So Antarhite Shashini Saiva Kumudvati me Drishtim Nanandayati Samsmaraniya Shobha. How is the Kumudvati? Her Shobha, her beauty is Samsmaraniya, to be remembered again and again and again. But Sa Eva Kumudvati, the same pond of white lotuses or white lilies, which is very beautiful, and which even if I remember in my mind, I get, what a beautiful sight. But Sa Eva Kumudvati, Antarhite Shashini, Name Drishtim Nandayati. When the sun has set, the same Kumudvati, which used to give me that much happiness and pleasure and joy, doesn't give me happiness anymore, doesn't gladden me anymore. Drishtim na nandayati, she doesn't please my eyes. Drishtim na nandayati, all prayojaka. Very nice. So, Sa eva antarhite Shashini. And here also, he says, who apna Raghav Bhatta. Okay. Apna Raghav Bhatta. Shashini is Kalankita. Okay. And therefore he says, Shashayuktaha Kalanki Ataha Tasya Antardhanam Uchitam iti bhavaha. He is a Kalankin. He has Shasha on. Shasha, it's a mark, of a rabbit or a hare, we say. And therefore, it is a kalanka, otherwise it's all white. But there is some kuch dag hai na chand pe, and that dag looks like a hare or a rabbit, not H-A-R-E. So it looks like a rabbit, and therefore shashaha asya asti, kalanka rupena shashaha asya asti iti shashin. So kalankaha asti ataha tasya antardhanam uchitam. He is a kalanki. Kalanka is papa, and therefore he has to go down. Ataha tasya, therefore antardhana, this word is used. See, Raghava Bhatta's main job is to justify why Kalidasa has used this word here. Okay. And Shashini antarhite, because he is Kalanki, his antardhanam yogyameva. Then, ya purvam vikasita kusuma, that Kumudvati, vikasita kusuma, sa eva idanim kachana anya bhavati, anya iva drishyate, apitu पृथिवी हर्षकारिणी मे तापसस्य विषयादि विवेक शून्यस्यापि दृष्टिं न नंदयति न हर्षयति. Now he is not a king or a person who takes normally pleasures in enjoying the worldly objects. He is a tapasa boy. So tapasasyapi vishayadi shunyasya, Vishayadi viveka shunyasya, Vishaya etc. Vishaya paranmukhasya, me tapasasya api drishtim na nandayati. It doesn't please or gladden even my eyes. How will it please anybody else's connoisseur's eyes? Rasika's eyes? He is not a Rasika. Right? He is not a Rasika in that sense of the term. So, mamapi drishtim na nandayati kimuta anyesham. Okay. And what is the hetu? Tatrartho hetuhu कीदृशी सा कुमुद्वती संस्मरणीया दृश्या शोभा यस्याः सा. So तस्याः अपि कुमुद्वत्याः शोभा इदानीं तादृशी न दृश्यते मम कृते अपि किमुत वक्तव्यं रसिकाणां कृते. Okay, and then the second part is, and why it is so, why Kumudvati is not looking that beautiful? Because Kumudvati, she blossoms when her Priya comes on the horizon, when her Priya is the Chandra. And at Antarhite Shashini. So that Ishtajana Viraha. There is Ishtajana Viraha. Her Priyajana is Shashi or Chandramaha. Tasya Viraha Idanim Jataha. So Virahe. If a stree is Virahini, she will not look that beautiful, howsoever beautiful she may be. Remember Meghaduta, when Yaksha describes Yakshapatni, she's so beautiful, But now, O cloud, when you go there, you may not find her Tanvishyama, Shikharidashana, etc., because when the moon gets clouded, then the beauty of the moon is not really appreciated. Similarly, because with the loose hair, she is a Virahini. She will not do her makeup and everything every day, right? She's a Virahini. She's not supposed to dress up nicely and tie her hair and put flowers and all that when Pati is out, okay? And therefore her hair are loose, lambalaka, and when she is sitting like this, then her hair will fall on her face, on her cheeks. So half the portion is covered as if the moon is covered with the cloud. And therefore the entirety, the beauty in her entirety, you will not see. Similarly here also, Ishtajana Pravasa. This dukkha, why Kumudvati is not gladdening my eyes? Because she herself has shut down. She is not bloomed. She has shut down. Why she has shut down? There is a Kavyalinga. There is a Hetu. What is the Hetu? Ishtajana Viraha. And from this Samanya, from this Vishesha example of a Kumudvati who has shut down herself, she has gone back into her shell and she is not blossoming anymore because her Priya, Ishtajana, has gone away. So this becomes a generalization later on through the mouth of Tapasa coming. It is very, very significant. Ishtajana Pravasa Janitani Abala Dukkhani. Janitani, not Jatani. Janita, this is Nijanta, not Jata. Okay, Raghava Bhatta has not pointed out. Let me point out something. So, Ishtajana Pravasa Janitani Abala Janasya Dukkhani, Abala Janasya. And therefore the strength to tolerate such dukkha is little less. They are meek or feeble by nature. They are not. They are Shakti Swarupa. But when there is Ishtajana Viraha, they become weak. They become feeble. And therefore the word Abala is used. That time she is not the Shakti Swarupa. Otherwise, Striyas Samasta Tavadevi Rupaha. Saptashati would say, "Oh Devi, all the ladies are your forms only. Striyaha Samastaha Tavadevi Rupaha." But when there is Ishtajana Viraha, the same Shakti would become Abala. And such Abala Janasya Dukkhani Nunam, indeed, Ati Matra Su Dussahani. Ati Matra Su and Dussahani. Dussahani, unbearable. Su adds to that unbearableness. Okay, more unbearable. Atimatra, extreme. So Atimatra, Su, Dussahani. It's not only Dussahani. Atimatra, they become, ultimately, or, in what you can say, you cannot retaliate such things. So you cannot overcome such dukkha. So they become utterly impossible, right? Such dukkhas, Abala Janasya Dukkhani, how they become? Ati Matra Su Dussahani. Impeccable, what im all add all those im wala adjectives. Okay, अतिमात्र सुदुस्सहानि. अत्र पूर्वार्धे नायके अंतर्हिते, पूर्वार्ध द फर्स्ट टू लाइन्स, अंतर्हिते शशिनि सैव कुमुद्वती में पूर्वार्धे नायके अंतर्हिते नायिका दृष्टिं न नंदयति इति नायकयोः व्यवहार समारोपात् समासोक्ति. So here the example given is of Kumudvati, but what is suggested by this is Shakuntala, howsoever beautiful she is. Now Dushyanta has gone away. He hasn't come back for 4 months. He hasn't sent anybody for 4 or 5 months to bring her back to his capital. And therefore, Ishta Jana Viraha. And therefore, Shakuntala doesn't look that beautiful now. Sa eva. Sa eva. You know, when we say Soyam Devadatta, there is a Pratyabhidnya. So, oh, this is the Devadatta, this is my school friend, I'm meeting him after 20 years now, he became fat and bald and all that. But Soyam Devadatta, that is there is Pratyabhidnya. So, Shakuntala is the same, Saeva, and she is as white, that is Nirmala, Nishkapatya, all that whiteness brings all that purity, Nirmalya, right? So, Shakuntala is like that. But Saeva Kumudvati, Saeva Shakuntala, Idanim Drishtim Nanandayati. She doesn't gladden our eyes because she looks pale. One, because she is pregnant. Other, why? Because Dushyanta is not there. And for so many months, Pucha tak nahi ki kaisi ho. That is too bad. So, पूर्वार्धे नायके अंतर्हिते, so this is समासोक्ति. उत्तरार्धे सामान्येन विशेषस्य समर्थनात् अर्थान्तरन्यासः. I would put it rather by विशेषेण सामान्यस्य समर्थन, because विशेष example is given as Kumudvati, and then comes a generalization, abala janasya dukkhani atimatra dussahani. Okay, atimatra sudussahani. Normally, Arthantaranyasa is, like a universal truth which you deduce or derive from certain example. The example is given in the form of Kumudvati, and from that you make a generalized statement, that is Arthantaranyasa. So it's a generalization. Then there is Kavyalinga Alankara, and there is this, Kavyalingam cha Vrittam Anantaroktameva, that is this one, Vasanta Tilaka, and Anuprasa is there. So this has become a very beautiful verse, and this also suggests that Shakuntala has become Abala now. Abala Janasya. So Shakuntala was never Abala. She is never depicted as Abala so far. But now in this particular condition, as it is, women need extra care and extra, extra nourishment, everything extra. They expect it, and it is needed also for them and their child. But they want it, especially from their husbands, that husband should be caring enough and all that, right? And here she is all alone, and therefore she has become Abala. And Nunam Atimatra Sudussahani. Now, whatever she is looking, she is not Drishtim Nanandayati. She is not looking as beautiful as she used to. But now, what she is going to face is Atimatra Sudussaha. So, there is a hint, there is a suggestion for, she will not be entertained, she will not be welcomed by her husband even if she goes back to him. So that is suggested here, right? So why I said that this is not just a physical phenomenon, this is a very suggestive verse. So her future viraha, future repudiation by King Dushyanta gets suggested here, and that is going to cause her more harm than what she is now. She is here at least in the midst of her family. Her sakhis are there, in her own ashrama, uske maike mein reh rahi hai, in her own ashrama, and there nobody is there. She knows none there, and the people who have come to reach her to the court of Dushyanta, they have left. She is all alone. How she will tolerate all that when Dushyanta will not accept her? So that will be ati matra. In excessive proportion, it will be, her dukkha will be excessively great. She will be miserable, So that is suggested here. Pravishya apatikshepena. Now, apatikshepena, apati is a javanika, is a curtain. It is basically pata. Pata is a cloth, but na pataha apataha. And then apati. So this is a chvi formation, abhuta tadbhave chvihi. So normally the curtains were made from cloth. Okay. But this is kandapatika. This is like bamboo reeds, like वाळ्याचे पडदे वगैरे से असतात तसे. So when there is, something urgently you have to do, you can toss off that curtain, that kandapatika, and you enter, you make an entry. Normally it's a rule by Bharata in his Natya Shastra, na asamsuchitasya patrasya praveshasyat. Okay. If a patra is not suggested, here comes, like in the first act we saw Mrigaya Anusari, Dushyanta Pravishati, etc. So there is a indication. When there is no indication and somebody has to enter hastily, because such an entry has to be hasty entry, right? And then apatikshepena patraha pravishati. So who is pravishati here? Anasuya. This person is describing at one side of the stage, he has come out and see the Prabhata, he utters these 2 verses, then he will go. He will go after Anasuya says something, and then the Shishya, Yavad upasthitam homa velam gurave nivedayami. He won't see necessarily that Anasuya is entering. Anasuya has come in a haste. Okay, he won't know of her. So people may ask then what he would do while she is entering, while she is talking something. No, he is describing that natural phenomena. He is looking out and he will go his way. Okay, they are not mutually having any conversation with each other. Anasuya enters. Yadyapi nama vishaya parangmukhasya janasya etan na viditam tathapi tena radnya shakuntalayam anariyam acharitam. Vishaya parangmukhasya janasya etan na viditam. Although a person who does not know Vishaya parangmukha, does not know what Vishaya sukha is, she is referring to Shakuntala, because she is nourished and brought up in an ashrama. She is not a city girl to know about all these things, the Vishaya Sukha. It was for the first time she encountered Dushyanta. She fell in love with him and he was there with her for some 10-15 days. At the most 2 weeks, Dushyanta might have stayed there in the ashrama. During that, she is pregnant, okay? But normally her behavior is what? They are used in an ashrama style. They are used to follow a certain routine of sadhana, shuchita and all that. And therefore, see, she is Vishaya Parangmukha. Okay. Now, Vishaya, Vishinvanti, Vishayanam, Svena Rupena Nirupayanti, Nirupaniyam Kurvanti, iti Vishayaha, Nama Chakshurindriyadi Graihaha. So, whatever the objects perceived or apprehended, experienced by our sense organs, Pancha Jnanendriya, our cognitive indriyas, they are called the Vishaya, the objects of pleasures. Okay, so any good thing for Chakshu, any good flower smell for Nasika, like that. Okay, so Chakshuradi Indriya Graham Vastu is Vishaya. Okay, and the Nirukti is Visha. Vishinvanti nama nirupaniyam kuruvanti iti. They make it experienceable, whatever, able to be experienced. Okay. Now there is another word called Vishaya with Talavyasha. This is Murdhanyasha. Vishaya. There is another Vishaya, Talavya. Ichuyashanam. Okay, Talu. And that Vishaya, the Nirukti is from different verb. And therefore, the pronunciation is different, the varna is different, Vishaya and Vishaya. This is V plus She, and this becomes Asya Ayamarthaha Nava. Does it mean this or that? So, whenever there is Samshaya, doubt, the word Vishaya with Talavyasha is used. And both these are used in the what lakshana, in the definition of adhikarana. Vishayo vishayaschaiva पूर्वपक्षस्तथोत्तरः निर्णयश्चेति panchangam shastre adhikaranam smritam. In the Shastra, Adhikarana, if you read this Brahma Sutra and all that, we have Samanvaya Adhikarana, etc., Brahma Jidnyasa Adhikarana, Janmadhya Adhikarana, Anandamaya Adhikarana. Adhikarana. What are the 5 principles or components or constituents of Adhikarana are Vishaya, the topic, the theme to be discussed. Then Vishaya, what is the meaning of that? Ananda, does it mean Brahma, Saguna Brahma or Nirguna Brahma? So there is Asya Arthaha Ayam va na va iti Sanshayaha nama Vishayaha. So Vishaya, the topic, then Vishaya, Sanshaya, then there will be Purva Paksha, okay? Then there will be Uttara Paksha, the Siddhanta rejoinder, the prima facie, the rejoinder, and Nirnaya, and then the conclusion. So Vishayo Vishayaschaiva Purva Pakshastatottara Nirnayashcheti Panchangam Shastre Adhikaranam Smritam. So here she says Vishaya Parangmukhasya Janasya Etan na viditam tathapi. Though the person is ignorant of worldly pleasures or the objects of worldly pleasures and cannot know the things around, still, I mean, people like us who are staying in an ashrama, not only Shakuntala, even Anasuya and Priyambada, they are all Vishaya Parangmukha Jana. So they can't really evaluate the things which are happening outside their realm. So Yadyapi we are ignorant, still I can certainly say Tena Radnya Shakuntalayam Anariyam Acharitam. Still I assertively say that king, she doesn't name him, that king, wo, doesn't want to name him. Tena Radnya Shakuntalayam Yad Acharitam Tad Anariyam. Though I am not able to evaluate people based on the mundane things, because we are all tapasvi janas and we are far away from the Vishaya Sukhas and all that. So I can't even say that Dushyanta got engrossed in the pleasures after going back, with his other queens and all. I am not a person to judge that. But I can surely say whatever he behaved is not good. Tena Radnya Shakuntalayam Anaryam Acharitam. So she just comes and says this. On the other hand, here Shishya Yavad Upasthitam Homavelam Gurave Nivedayami. So he has already seen that there is Prabhatam, Hanta Prabhatam Samvrittam, and therefore he wants to go back and tell Kanava, because Kanvena Adishtaha Hiyat Avashishtam Rajanyaha Pashyaiti, and therefore he has come. And so he leaves the stage. Now Anasuya is all alone, and there is a little longer soliloquy for her. It's only she who is present here, and she says she has come because she just woke up. She also came to see Kiyad Avashishtam Rajanyaha, and then the moment she comes, she sees that, oh, so many days have gone, so many months have passed, and Dushyanta has not sent anybody. Every day she is waiting. Every moment they are waiting for some message, something, from Dushyanta, and they don't hear anything from him. Now she says, Pratibuddha api kim karishyami. I am awake. I have come out. I have to do my daily routine. But how can I help my poor friend? Pratibuddha api kim karishyami. Now this Pratibuddha could be figuratively, I have known how Dushyanta is. When he was here, he talked all sweet words. We believed him. And when we said that, Asmakam Priya Sakhi Yathana Shochate, you behave in such a manner that our friend will not grieve of marrying you. And that time what he said? No, Vasundhara is my first wife and your Sakhi will be my Patta Mahishi. So he had promised all that. But now I am getting awakened for the real nature of Dushyanta. But what can I do? Pratibuddha. So this is not just a waking up from a night sleep. It's a realization now. It's a realization of the true nature of Dushyanta. But how can I help it? What can I do now here? Okay. So that is the thing here. I think this is a long soliloquy. So we'll better stop here. I'll read it later. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.